All right, so the big claim I constantly hear is that you can see your house in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I want to answer that question to see if you can actually really see your house. So I'm here on the runway at Newcastle Airport in Delaware. And just to show you, this is where this is. Runway 27 right here. And what I'm going to do is a little experiment. It's interesting that if we take a look at runway 27, I'm in Google Maps here. Okay, and if I scroll in to runway 27, if I turn around and I walk away from the runway, I basically walk right up to these two homes that are in Newcastle, okay, right across Route 202. So I can actually use Google Maps and I can select this spot right here. Actually, I'll select this spot so I'll probably get a better view. I could select that spot right there. And then I can actually turn and see these two houses. So those are the two houses that are the target. Actually, there's three houses here. So we're going to put that away for a second. Let me move that out of the way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out of our plane here. And I'm going to invoke the drone camera. All right, so now we're outside the plane in the drone camera. And you can see we're on runway 27, Newcastle. I'm going to take a walk now along the runway path here. And as we walk towards the airport, away from the airport, I should say, away from the airplane, we're going to walk across Route 202. You can see those three houses starting to come into view, okay? And there is Microsoft Flight Simulator's representation of what those three houses look like. Here's the real thing. There's the real thing, and there's the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me see if I could do a side by side here. Move them over here. And you can see that's that White House there, and those are those two houses there. So while it did try to do a decent job of drawing those homes, it's not exactly you going into your street and actually seeing your home, okay? This is in standard resolution. It's not using any caching or anything like that. So what I'm going to do now is go back and do a manual cache of this area, and I want to see if it makes any changes. So let's check that out. All right, so as you can see, I found Newcastle Airport on the map for caching, okay, and I'm actually right across the street here is where these houses are. So I'm just going to basically take this whole area here, and I'm going to create a new cache area. This shouldn't take long to do, but just to make sure that I'm doing it high, so we will get a very good representation of exactly what this area looks like, okay? So now I'm going to finish and download. This will take a few minutes, but now I'm giving Microsoft Flight Simulator the absolute best graphic capability it can for that little area. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so you can see we added this new region 2 right here. Okay, so now let's get back into the simulator and we'll check and see what that looks like. All right, we're back in the drone on runway 27 after we've done the manual caching, and let's see what this looks like. All right, so far it doesn't look like there's been really much of a change. They still look a little clumpy. So let me just pull in here as close as I can, get them all in frame. So there's the three houses, okay? They look pretty much the same. It tries to do a decent job of drawing them, but you can see it's not really a house. So here's the actuals, okay? And there's the AI generated. Now let's do a side-by-side comparison so you can really see it. All right, so actually, can you really see your house? Well, you can see your yard. You can see the piece of property where you live. You can see a object that represents what your home looks like, but you really don't see your actual depiction of your home. So when people say, oh, you can see your house, you really can see a representation of your house. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was interesting. You know, when I first heard about Microsoft Flight Simulator, one of the first things I heard was, you can see your house. I had this vision in my mind that I could actually see an amazing representation of what my house looks like. So the reality is that's not really true. You can see a mathematically drawn representation of some sort of blob that kind of looks like your house on the piece of property where your house is. That's the reality of it. But that doesn't sound great from a marketing perspective. So it is what it is, guys. So anyway, just wanted to bust a little myth there. I hope you like this video. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe to Bambino Tech for more flight simulation videos, tech videos, and other simulation related content. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.